Hey there everyone, this is KT, back again with more Pokemon Colosseum. It's been a little while. It's been a bit since my training arc video. Oh, right. Yeah, we'll fight this guy now. Let's tackle this guy. This is the wrong way. So I don't recall the name for this guy. He's the Imposter Mirror Bee. I dipped out of doing this fight during the training session because I thought his Pokemon were going to be really high level, but it turns out they're actually comparable to us. They're not that bad. So if you see all of my Pokemon, I knocked them down to level 38. This is just to try and keep us from getting too over-leveled for the rest of the game. What do we want to do? Linoon is probably less threatening, so let's try putting him to sleep. So that was Light Screen, or maybe it was Reflect. The reason I want it to be 38 is because our next Shadow Pokemon is going to be 40, so I think that's a good baseline going forward. Should we just chip you down? Probably. No, that did so little damage. So that must have been Light Screen. Yeah, let's play a little bit of a stally kind of game. Thankfully that does peanuts to our Jumpluff. Love that animation, how he recovers. He has to float back. So Electrode is now confused and asleep. And he seems like the less threatening of the two. This is a good example to use our Return. No, it's this one. No, that's Pokemon. I want to use a full heal. No, that's call to your Pokemon. Nice. So you can't call your way out of paralysis, unfortunately. That was a pretty big chunk for our defense. Yeah, Jumpluff is pretty squishy. We don't have a whole lot of defense. And Return doesn't do as much as I'd hoped. Still alive, very good. I think this is the last turn of Light Screen being up. Oops. I want to attack you. We may as well. May as well keep ourselves alive. I could have used Giga Drain and maybe KO'd Linoon, but behind the Light Screen, I kind of doubt it. I don't think it's going to KO. We're 5 minutes into the recording and the first Pokemon has been KO'd. That's the Colosseum pacing I expect. Okay, you're going to be a little bit easier. Unless you get to set up another Light Screen. Yeah, Electrode is so fast. So maybe we target Electrode. Get to show off a very cool Giga Drain. Oh yeah, because he's confused. No, but he gets it off. good trade. I'm fine with this trade. So we're getting way more health from the Sea King than we're losing health. I'm also a little bit afraid of that guy blowing up. But now he's not going to go before us. Nice. Very good. Still alive. Very good. This is nice. Jumpluff just hanging on. Oh, I wish I had a ground move. I wish I had Earthquake or some kind of spread move. So we're all but guaranteed to take them both out. There's a very slim chance we don't. Oh, I hope I stay alive. I want to use a Giga Drain on him. No chance. So this is fine. We're going to be bringing in Octillery, who just destroys his last two Pokemon. We'll leave Pseudo Udo for second because I don't think he... No, maybe we will. I don't think it matters too much. Which one's Bubble Beam? Hang on, real quick. Which one is Bubble Beam? Okay, so it's 20. Nice, nice. Yeah, I don't want Sandslash to set up Sand and accidentally start cheesing the fight, or set up a Swords Dance and start doing big damage. Whereas Pseudo Wudo, I think, is going to go for Rock Slide, and that's reduced damage for us, so spread moves are not that great in this generation. Destroyed. Yeah, Octillery is so fun. He's just awesome in this game. That's self-destruct. That's insane. I can't believe he went for self-destruct. Oh, well, tons of experience for Umbreon, I suppose. Well, that fight was a little bit messy. I don't know if we unlock anything. Do we get anything cool for having finished this? No? Do you give me a TM? Do you give me anything? No. Well, that's unfortunate. So I'd just like to interject here, this game has no escape ropes and you can't use dig. You have to manually walk out of the dungeon. So after we beat the guy who had the Hitmontop at Agate Village, that unlocked this new area. This is Mount Battle. Even if you haven't played Colosseum before, you've probably heard of Mount Battle, because there's a very special ribbon you can unlock. You get it attached to your Pokemon upon beating this place. Right now, it's taken over by Team Snag'em or Team Cypher. But once we're able to compete here for real, we'll be able to get the ribbon on our Pokemon. So here it's treated like just a regular battle, but in the Mount Battle mode, you're healed between fights, which speeds this up by quite a lot. Is this one-shot Trapinch? Probably not. Trapinch probably lives. Hey, alright. That's pretty good. Oh, that must be Magnitude. Okay, nice. Free damage on Sandshrew. That did a lot more than I expected. The jump bluff is immune, as always. See, here's the problem I'm starting to run into. Jump bluff has 5 PP for Giga Drain, and it's actually my only damaging move. Oh, hang on. You know what we could do? You know, we can send in one of the shadows and knock out a bit of shadow gauge. Nice. Getting hyper mode is actually good there. Very easy team. None of these guys are all that threatening, but the boss of this area is quite a big challenge. This is one of the very first hard fights in this game, I'd say. I suppose Mirror B can be tough if you're unprepared. Or if you pick the fire starter. Oh, the water starter. Oh, then you're really in trouble. If you pick Totodile, yeah, and you're relying on him, that'd be a very hard fight. Gotta love how that particle effect kills the frame rate. Yeah, what is he trying? He must be using Psybeam or something. Larvitar, very nice. This is gonna completely shred Larv. His model looks a little weird in this game, almost like it's the wrong color. So unless this crits, we'll get another turn, and I can call to Metatite, which should make him fully purified, or his gauge will be empty, so he's ready to be purified. It's very nice that the call command just overwrites turn order. It's pretty cool. That switch. Wake up the Metatite, he comes to his senses, and now he can go back to living in the box. So I wonder why these aren't all just Cypher peons, Cypher grunts, why they use regular NPCs. Nice for alligators. As you can see, level 53, he's been gaining a ton of experience just being my EV shield and my EXP shield, because I don't really care to use him. So it's nice being able to throw him on the team, give him the EXP share so the rest of the crew gets less experience, as well as use him when training. It was a lot of fun. For alligator, having a spread move is really good. Oh no, he dodged. Still asleep, very good. Yeah, it doesn't matter what we use with Pseudo. He doesn't have any moves yet. He's really slow too. Oh, nice. He must have a minus speed nature. It's this one. Great animation. I like that. I did consider putting Sudowoodo on the team, but he really does kind of suck. He's just not very strong. And while Rock Slide is an awesome move in singles, in doubles, it's not that good. And I don't think he gets another useful rock move. Maybe he gets Rock Blast or something. Pineco. Another Baltoy. Weirdly repetitive teams here. Because there was that other team that had a Baltoy and a Sandshrew, and then another one had a Sandshrew and a Numel? Oh, but this guy's got 4 Pokemon. Oh. Funny to see this guy hasn't learned that you can't use a Psychic move on a Dark Pokemon. Oh, I should have sent in Sudowoodo. I guess it doesn't matter. We'll breeze through this one. Octillery's just gonna destroy whoever comes in. He really hits so hard. Oh, he digs. Outplayed. Love to see it. I'm glad you brought in a fire type. Quite surprised that I'm faster than Umbreon. Nice. Another trainer down. Another Trapinch lead. Awesome. Is it Baltoy? Oh, he's spicing it up. I think I'll have to wait until the end of the playthrough, but I think that you can speculate on what Pokemon would be native to Ouray based on what the trainers have. Because we do see a lot of Baltoy, we've seen Sandshrew, we've seen Lileep a couple of times. There was a bunch of Lotads. So I wonder if you can speculate on what is native to this area, because this is like a desert region. And of course we don't get to see any wild Pokemon, we just have to wonder what wild Pokemon are out there. I think this will be our last Giga Drain, then we'll have to go back and heal. Yeah, if anyone has any lore speculation on the Ouray region, what Pokemon are native to here. Because I think there's a good argument that all of the shadows, another Trapinch? Really? That all of the shadows are not. That they're all, like, imported because they were experimented on. So they would not be native to here. Oh, of course you're setting up. You have sand and ingrain. You just never want this fight to end. Nice, that does very little to pseudo. That was an awesome animation from Trapinch. Oh, we unlocked a move. Hang on, was that block? I think this is block. We'll see. We'll try using it. Yeah, I do target someone. Let's try Lileep. Because he barely hangs on. That looks hilarious. Lileep can't switch out on this trainer with no other Pokemon. Where's Trapinch? He's hidden. No, I think it will go back and heal after this fight. I was considering using a potion, but it's so easy to just run back. Nice, we get a free hyper mode out of it. Dig my KO. Yeah, look at that. The Trapinch doesn't understand his mistake. He just enabled his worst counter pick. Sandstorm is gone, very good. Yeah, and that's our last feint attack too. Alright, and I'll see you guys at match 6. I also forgot to mention, this place, Mount Battle, has a unique currency called Poke Coupons that's not available to us yet, but later on we'll earn Poke Coupons by playing Mount Battle, and we can buy stuff here. Gotta wonder if any Pokemon have fallen off of Mount Battle before. These platforms don't look very safe. I got a bad feeling about that. Cacnea. I think he's gonna set up sand. Not great damage. Let's try a return into Spinda, and let's bring in our heavy hitter. Yeah, we just brush off hits like that. Octillery has really good defenses. They're not like incredible, but I think they're 75 in each stat, and then he has like really bad speed, but both of his attacks are really good. It's kind of a lopsided Pokemon, but I like it a lot. I like Octillery. So physical did way better. Nice. Now a real threatening Pokemon. You couldn't have started with Kadabra. You need to save him. Must have been Future Sight? Maybe he did Snatch. Wow, even Kadabra. Tiller just one-shots everything. He's too good. Can I make it in time? Yeah. Yeah, let's swap these two around. These two hit way harder than the combination of Umbreon and anyone else. Having both our strong hitters out is very good. It's what I like to see. Guys weak to water and grass. I wasn't counting. Has every trainer had a ground type? I wonder if that's true. Speaking of ground types, there's another. His animation's kind of cool. Yeah, nothing can stand up to Bubble Beam at this point in the game. Let's not waste a Giga Drain. We don't need to. Oh, we missed. What is he going for? Oh, it's gotta be Rock Tomb. Love that animation. See, there's a Cypher Peon. That's how you know the fights are getting serious. We're fighting Cypher admin. Duskull. Now I wish I had Umbreon out, because Jumpluff can't do much here. We can Giga Drain him, and that'll give us a lot of health, because... Or no, it won't, because Duskull has very poor health. So we're KOing Houndour, no problem. out of yellow? No, not quite. Please don't use a fire move. Is that taunt? Torment? That's a little bit weird. He didn't use the fire move on my guy, very weak to fire. Nice. I like that. Do we? Yeah, we'll side beam. Octillery just gets an awesome kit. He gets a strong water move, and a strong psychic move, and a strong ice move, all right out the gate. I haven't had to teach him any moves, and he hasn't learned any through level up except Octave Zuka, which is just a copy of Bubble Beam. Well, it's not a copy, you know what I mean. It's the same base power and it's the same type. So really, it's in a very equivalent move. But having Psybeam and Aurora Beam is great. Just great. Nice, we're gonna get a level up by the end of this fight. I think that was our last Giga Drain. Curly has a very exaggerated death animation. Yeah, look at that. Alright, another Cypher guy. You can already see the boss from here. The double Geodude set, very nice. Yeah, if we're out of Giga Drain, we're just gonna have to be the Sleep Abuser. Nope, we got one more. Nice. Perfect. It's what I like to hear for Alligator's gaining experience. Glad he's getting levels. Very important. He's actually gaining more than either party member because whoever was in the fight gets experience split between the two of them, but that's not the case for Alligator because he's getting a portion from both splits, so he actually gets more than either. Alright, nice. So for those of you who've played Colosseum before, you know what's coming up. I am going to go back and save because this is an important fight. Look at that. That guy's massive. And now we're all saved up. Alright. Time to face the boss. Whoa, violence in a Pokemon game. So this is Dakim. He is the Cypher admin, and he's a pretty big step up in difficulty for this point in the game. So Dakim is a pretty complicated fight. He will actually always lead with Matang, but his other Pokemon is variable. He won't send out just any, it's kind of random, except for his Shadow, which he always saves for last. And that kind of pattern, we're going to see more throughout the rest of the game. Trainers will have a dedicated lead and like a dedicated final Pokemon to use, but the other ones are all variable. Nice, he didn't go for a double protect. I think there's a chance you live this. I don't just KO outright. Yeah, that's what I thought. Marstomp looks like a Cyclops. You don't really get to see both of his eyes on his profile picture. Or when the way that he's posed. See, look at him. This is a little bit tricky because I think you're going to protect again. So let's bank on that. Let's bank on you protecting again. No, he didn't. Nice. What's his next guy? I think it's Camerupt. Yeah, this is gonna be super free with our Bubble Beam. Our Bubble Beam will destroy this. This is a bit tricky because I want to put his next guy to sleep. Guess we could just waste a turn. Camerupt went for Protect. Awesome. And look who it is. So Entei is a Shadow, and Entei is going to be our next party member. These resets are going to take quite a while. So just like the last video, I'm going to finish this fight and do an attempt catch, but it's pretty unlikely this will be the Entei we keep. Do I KO with Bubble Beam? Maybe. I don't remember Octozuka's effect. Let's try it. Maybe it's like lower accuracy or lower speed. We miss our first Sleep Powder. Not good. But he misses Fire Blast. Okay, that is good. And I'm... okay. Everyone's just missing everything. I sure hope I don't KO. But Entei has pretty good bulk. He has decent HP. Look at that. Beauty. Okay, please do not use Earthquake. I don't think you will, though, because your other team member can't protect. Some Pokemon in this game have their catch rate changed from the mainline games. This is to sort of, make it a little bit easier. And we catch Entei first. Or look at that. Entei is 100% catch rate, little known fact. No, that's not true. Entei's a legendary, so he's a 3 catch rate, but in this game he's bumped up to 15, which gives us way better odds. However, later in the game, there are some Pokemon that have their odds reduced, so they become even harder to catch. Alright, let's see what Entei we got. 148 HP does not look promising. This looks pretty bad. Yeah, I'm not sure what baselines I need to hit, but that's not very important right now. There's not much you can do. Actually, you know what? Let's send Entei out. Just get to see him. While Octillery destroys this Metang. Bubble Beam is just so good. It's such a lovely move. It's a cool recovery animation. Okay, let's try calling to Metang and do another Bubble Beam. Slow motion death is awesome. So Dakium tells us off how Cypher's actually gonna win, and then he leaves. You see there's a little like sparkling thing on the floor right underneath him? That's how we know that there's an item there. I don't remember what this is. It's probably a key or something. Yeah, we get the key. Oh, the F key. Okay. I think we next go to the Under. If I remember correctly, we're going to the Under. Which was that elevator in the Pyrite building. We're gonna actually use the elevator. Nice. We got... Alright, so this is an important item actually. This is the Time Flute. What this does is this will immediately take off the heart gauge of any individual Pokemon. So there's a high chance I'm going to use this for Entei. It's a little weird how it's used. It's in the consumable items bag. It's not a key item. We get 3 of them throughout the whole game. Yeah, the Time Flute. And over here we pick up. This is TM47 Steel Wing. Not too useful to us, but hey, we can sell it. And I think that's going to do it for this part. I'm going to reset until I get a good Entei, and rather than adding that to the end of this video, I think that's how we'll start the next video. So, nice. Did you guys see that? You see the character like bugs out, walking into Rui? See if we can do that again. Hang on. Go for it. Come this way. Come on. Nice. Alright, I'll see you guys next time.